Hello and welcome to Squib TV. I'm Samuel Layton and I'm joined by James Cartwright, and today we're going to be talking about
the Tennessee Titans.
So last season was a season which started with such promise for the Tennessee Titans and ended with Marcus Mariota getting carted off the field with a broken leg, which disappointed, I think, most people in the NFL because we'd love to see Marcus and see what he could have done if he'd made the playoffs in that very tight division. What do you make of them last season? What have they done? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, well, all I can say, I was massively disappointed when he went down, getting injured, because he's one of the brightest QBs in the NFL currently. I think I rate him very highly. Up there, I think he can be a top 5 in 2, 3, 4 years' time, potentially, if you can get this Titans team. As I've said in the Colts video, if you can be that man who can take this division by the horns, so they're taking the Texans by the horns, destroying that defence. Be the man who rules this division. Can he be the man to do that?
I think he's certainly well placed to do so. And he's got a lot of offensive weapons. So I'm going to start talking about those running backs. Derrick Henry coming into his second year, was a Heisman Trophy winner. And DeMarco Murray, the guy who we thought career's done.
He revitalised himself.
What a resurgence.
And that was a great story last season to see him do that. Coming from the NFC East, comes to the AFC South. And doing things at Tennessee that, well, the last player I can remember doing them was Chris Johnson when he was at his prime.
One thing I want to say about DeMarco Murray, because we've mentioned it on a few videos as well, is that yes, he's a running back, but what he proved to me last season was he can catch the ball out the backfield as well, and he's fast as well. I know he was always fast, but this guy was a lot faster than what I remember him being last season when he's getting the ball, catching the ball out in the flat, taking off, and I remember he hurdled into the end zone on one occasion. This guy was looking like a guy who just come fresh out of college, not a guy who's just come off one of the worst seasons he could have had in the NFL. And Derrick Henry's a young guy who's always going to improve. He's going to get that starting job eventually. Now, out wide, Richard Matthews, what a season he had last season. I mean, I don't know if you can remember much of him, but he was the guy the Titans went to. He was the guy grabbing those TDs.
Yeah, I just remember the Titans being one of them sides that everyone sort of raved about being a top quality offense, really. After years of being quite a mediocre side, I always thought the Titans last season were a side that was starting to come into their own.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing which I think is sad, though, they've lost Kendall Wright to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that is a big loss, actually.
But like we said, Richard Matthews still there. Also, TJ Sharp, coming in with second year. He was either undrafted or picked up really late in the draft last year, and he didn't really do much, but he came in a little bit towards the latter part of the season, making a few key grabs here and there. They've also added Corey Davis in the draft. Also Taylor, forget his first name because it's written down as something you can't actually. Taywan Taylor, the other receiver, and Eric Decker. They get in free agency. I mean, injured last season. Do you think Eric Decker's still got something to prove in the NFL?
Yeah, I like Eric Decker. Always done well. He's a solid guy who can make them grabs. Sort of reminds me of a tight end rather than a wide receiver, but
Well, either way, I think he's definitely a weapon for the Titans next season, isn't he? And also, speaking of tight ends, Delaney Walker, one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I mean, shining light, really, can always make the grabs, reliable guy.
Yeah, he's someone as well, one of them tight ends that can run with the football as well. Big, powerful guy. He'll truck you, he'll juke you. I've seen him juke players, put players on the ground. So, absolute top quality offense. Defensively, they weren't quite so good. 20th defense. You're talking about players like
Fairly average.
Fairly average, yeah. And talk about players like Jurrell Casey was a decent player from last season, the defensive end. Can't really name a lot of the players.
Brian
Arakpo, yeah. And Jason McCourty, who has left and gone to the Cleveland Browns. Good pickup for the Browns, that is. But a sad loss for the Titans. But they do bring in a guy, Adoree Jackson comes in at a cornerback, one of the good players in the draft.
Yeah, he's rated pretty highly. I mean, sure up that secondary there.
Do you think the Titans need to be more solid defensively next season for them? Because offensively they look pretty good. They've improved again, I think, obviously, other than Kendall Wright, but I think they've replaced him quite well. Do you think it's a defensive problem for the Titans?
Yeah, I mean, that offense was pretty solid last season. As long as they can keep Marcus Mariota fit for the full season, hopefully, he can recover from that injury and be the guy again. But defensively, I think that's the main thing in this division. If you can keep tight defensively, you're going to win a lot of games because offensively you can make a lot of yards on these teams.
I'm just thinking about it going through as we've done these videos. This is such an interesting division because I think you've got two teams which are very strong offensively in the Titans and the Colts. And I think you've got two strong defensive teams in the Jags and the Texans. Sorry, I think it's just a matter of time before one of those teams clicks and gets it right on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
and I think that's going to be a dominating side for a few
years. That's what we've been
years.
alluding to, and they've all got the weapons there. It's just about them. It's just falling together and being right. And
I did read another thing. If USA Today actually predicted the Titans to go 12-4 and dominate this division. Personally, I kind of laughed at that one. I thought I can see them winning the division. 12-4 is you're thinking very highly of this team. That's obviously expecting Marcus Mariota to come in, take off where he left off. Maybe he's going to be a bit wary. Maybe he's not going to be out of the pocket as much early in the season. I think give the Titans time, but I think it's theirs or the Texans for me in this division. I still think the Texans edge them, but I think the Titans can be up there. What do you think, James?
Again, for me, it's just whichever quarterback wants it the most. That's pretty much what it is. It's whatever quarterback wants to win this division most, wants to propel his team into them playoffs. Then they go from there, and we'll see how they get on. The team that I think are most equipped to do well in the playoffs are probably the Texans because they've got a good defense. I think you need a good defense when you get into that playoff game, when you're playing teams that have high quality offenses regardless. So yeah, the Texans, I would imagine, would do well in the playoffs. Every other side, I could see them making the wild cards and then getting knocked out.
Right, well, I think that's a fair judgment, James. If you are a Titans fan and you disagree with anything we've said or you agree with it, please feel free to comment on this video. Also, feel free to tweet us at Squib_TV. I'll be manning the Twitter, so if you want to say anything bad about me, feel free to do so. Yeah, definitely give us a comment, give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have more videos coming your way. Thank you very much for watching.
It's a touchdown.